G'day guys, Shane from MCC4X4 here. In this video, we're going to be showing you how to fit one of our 07802 SQ bull bars, which is our 3-loop rocker bar, to suit the MU-X 21 model. Once you've picked up your bar or received it, basically you want to lay it out in a nice accessible area. You want to make sure, check over the bar, just to make sure there's no impact damage from transit or something like that. Our bars come wrapped in multiple layers to ensure that it's protected in transit and make sure it gets to you undamaged. So pretty much once you've laid everything out, everything's accessible. Pretty much get yourself a sharp knife, make sure you're wearing a proper PPE, and yeah, we'll get into unwrapping this bar. Alrighty guys, as you can see here, we have everything unwrapped. So what you want to do is you want to grab your detailed instruction guide and parts list. You want to make sure you have everything. Go through, tick it off, just double check. Alright guys, once you've got everything opened up and you've checked everything off, make sure you have everything. What we're going to do is we're going to move the winch cradle away onto a trolley so we can roll that trolley around. So when you're going through all the bolts, basically the winch cradle to bull bar is usually M12 1.5. So you want to sit 6 of them aside with washers. Alright, so we're up to the stage of prepping the bar. So what we're going to do first is we're going to take the cables off, set them aside for later. This side of the electrical connected to the car. So we'll set these aside. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do the bumper overriders. These are a big rubber block. They sit over the front tie-down strap points. What you want to do is make sure that the metal part is in the center of the hole or the rubber cutout. So what we're going to do now is we're going to make sure that the rocker bar badge is nice and tight, and also the MCC emblem plate as well. So next step is to make sure the Parker indicators and the fog light units are nice and secure and also aligned, symmetrical one side to the other. We're going to pull everything off of the car, the bumper, do our cuts, everything like that. Get the car to a point where the bar's ready to go on. We're going to pull the sensors out of the bumper, and then we're going to show you how we fit them into the bar. So we've just got a couple of clips here. They're pot style clips. So normal flat blade. There is special tools you can get to pop them out, but we find flat blade works just as well. So we're going to pull a few screws out from underneath the car to be able to pull back these sections. We're going to mark out our cut line for our bumper cut. Once we've done that, we're going to have a look and we're going to make sure that our cut line doesn't hit anything behind the bumper. So from the center of that bumper mating join line, we're going to mark just below 70 mil. So from this crease, just where it bends out to flat, put a ruler in the center of that. Come down, line up a mark with 150 and do a line. Then through here, if you look underneath, you're going to go straight through, up to there, and then straight through here. So once you've done your bumper cut, you can disconnect your lower electrical. You can do this before the cut or after. So what I like to do is pretty much pop the sensor out of the housing like this, and then also disconnect the fog lights if your vehicle's fitted with them. So once you've done your bumper cut, basically what you can do is you can disconnect the electrical just here for the bumper wiring harness, and then you can take this the rest of the way out of the bumper. What we're going to do, so I'll show you around here, is we've actually followed through this cut into the wheel arch liner. We're going to come in, going to have a rounded edge going down here. We're going to do a straight cut parallel with this one here, and then come down contour with this line. We're going to cut down about 5 mil. 5 mil, or about 5 or 10 mil down, directly straight. So what we're going to do is we're going to secure the guard liner to this M6 screw. Basically, we can pull this off, and that'll allow for full access and full working space for our winch. So now we have everything off. The cut's done, the cut's nice and straight, it's been deburred, we've got everything off of the car. We can give it a wipe down. You can give this an extra coat of paint if you'd like, just to blacken it out a bit more, just so it looks nice. For installation of the winch cradle and bracketry, refer to the instruction blown up diagram. That'll show you exactly where every single bolt goes, and will obviously make the job a bit easier for you. So now we're up to doing the sensors. We're going to show you exactly how we will go about it. So we've got the harness here from that we pulled out of the bumper earlier. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the sensor brackets out of the bumper that we've cut off, and also the bumper that's existing on the car still. So the way you want to clip it in, you want it facing up just a little bit. So as you can see, there's a face that's a bulge and a countersink. The countersink at the top, the bulge at the bottom. Come around the front, tab at the top and bottom. You want to pop it in, guide it in place evenly, and then pop it in. We didn't hear a nice click, and we can see that those tabs aren't all the way in. So if we push down a little bit on the back and push in at the front, so that clip there pops. Do that there, make sure that side's in. Because we've fitted everything and the bar's ready to go on, we can put this back on now. Alright guys, so now we're at a stage where the wiring needs to be done. MCC provide you with a full wiring diagram if you choose to do it at home yourself. Otherwise, we highly recommend getting a qualified auto electrician to be able to wire it up for you. We're going to put the bar on. It's best to have 2 people to have at a minimum to be able to put this bar on. It just ensures that you reduce the chances of scratching the car when you're installing it. The more people, the merrier. The bar, you want to make sure that it's not in too far on one side and too far out on the other. You want to make sure it's nice and even, nice and symmetrical. So another way of checking that that's correct is not just from the front, but in the wheel arch. That's one of your main measurements. If you come down around here, I'll show you. You want to make sure that with this wheel arch, you have a nice contour that keeps going from the bar. As you can see, this point here is pretty straight, and it counters out a little bit towards the front. You're mainly looking directly from the side and directly level with this corner here. Alright guys, getting nice and cozy here. So these are our winch supports. Basically what it does is one side goes directly to our winch cradle, the other side goes to the wing of the bar. It's extra support. With all of our rocker bars, because of the texture of the surface, we recommend to pin them, even if you're not using a winch. Pinning them basically means you're putting an additional 2 M10s each side. What that does is it makes sure that the bar stays in place. And what we do is we drill 2 M10s, one high and one low. That will drill a perfectly 10mm hole with a perfect 10mm bolt and lock it so that no matter what, the bar cannot move. It also is really good for in the future if you put a winch on. Basically, you remove the bar, you put the winch on, put the bar straight back on. You don't need to realign it. Those pinning bolt holes, pin it in place and make sure the bar goes back in the exact same spot every single time. Then you want to see there, we'll drill in the middle of that there, one low and one high. Chuck a pilot drill through first, and then from there you can go up to an M10 10mm drill bit. Okay, once the pinning bolts are in place and nice and tight, use an air blower or a brush to be able to blow out or wipe out the swarf. Make sure that all the raw material like this is out, because this will rust out. So once you've blown out all the swarf, we're ready to refit the access doors. There's a little dowel here and a little hole there. Line them up and then click the top in. Once that's in place, you get that little door in place. So our rocker bar comes with an hinge number plate, which enables you to flip the number plate upward 180 degrees to be able to gain access to the winch area. Because this customer is not getting a winch, we have put their hinge plate inside of the car. So if they do fit a winch on in the future, they have a fresh new winch and a fresh new number plate hinge. So we'll let them fit that later on. So once the bar's pinned in place, you've got your doors back on, you've got your number plate on. Basically what we're going to go do is plug all the electrical in, and we're going to cable tie it up, and then from there we'll start doing the bash plates. We've got our wing plates on now. It's time to do the center plate. So this beam that you left loose before to adjust left and right, we're going to sit this on from the back end, roll it round. We're going to have a look and line this bash plate up. We're going to put a couple of bolts in there just to make it sit in place, and then we can go ahead and put our bolts through the front, through there. We'll do that now. So now we're ready to put the middle bash plate on. As you can see here, it has an open C-shaped hole. We're going to set that up and slide it back, and then we're going to put in the stock standard bolts here. Once again guys, thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I'm sure if you see one of our products in person, it'll be beyond your expectation. Thanks.